Welcome back to Clean with Kate. This morning I'm in my laundry room, not my messy utility room. I don't know what I'm thinking. And I just got to do a bit of tidying up this morning. I'm up early. I'm just thought you might like to join me to do my very early morning laundry routine. The puppies are playing. You can see one's got a tennis ball and one's got a chew stick. I might give the other one a chew stick as well. Otherwise that tennis ball won't last long. The laundry room needs a bit of TLC, so I'm just going to start. I've got a cup of coffee and I've got a glass of water, and I am dressed to lace-up shoes, although I am still in my pyjamas with my lace-up shoes. I haven't done my full morning routine yet because Mike's still in bed, and I just want to give him a bit more time in bed because I've woken up really early this morning. I have not been able to sleep. I'm cutting down at the moment because I've put quite a lot of weight on over Christmas and I want to get it off in January. So we've both cut down, but it doesn't seem to affect Mike's sleep, but it really affects my sleep. So we've been doing intermittent fasting for the last couple of days, and also we've been reducing our carbohydrate intake. And the combination of, we had a low carb meal last night, and that just doesn't always agree with me. It seems to stop me sleeping. I seem to need carbohydrates in my system to be able to sleep. I seem to be very sensitive to carbohydrates, in that when I have a lot of carbohydrates, I literally go into like almost I just fall asleep. I fall asleep on the sofa if I have a high carb meal. And if I have a high carb meal at lunchtime, unless I do some physical activity, I'm very, very lethargic. So I'm very sensitive to carbohydrates. Mike doesn't seem to be as sensitive. He's sleeping like a baby. If it wasn't for me tossing and turning, he'd be fine. It got so bad, I suggested to him he went in the spare room. And I tried to get to sleep, but in the end I just couldn't get to sleep. So in the end I just got up. And I thought, rather than tossing and turning in bed, getting more and more frustrated, I might as well just get up and do a few jobs around the house. So I'm just sorting laundry. So I've got laundry here that needs to go back to the other barn from guests over Christmas. So I'm just going to put that... I need to put that somewhere out of the way because I'll take it over later, but I don't want to take it over just yet. I think I'll just pop it on the top of the Arga for now, out the way of the puppies. Right, I don't need that. Next thing I am going to do, I've got two baskets of ironing here waiting to do. So I'm just going to get the iron ready and I'm going to do some ironing. And then I'm also, while the iron heats up, I am going to empty the tumble dryer because I think that's pretty full. I need to declutter a little on this shelf. There's lots of random things on here that shouldn't be here. So just going to put them out of the way for now so I can get everything on my shelf, but I do need to declutter. So let's start by filling the iron up with some water as it's a steam iron. I haven't had much coffee yet. You might notice my speech is quite slow. Right, so let's get the iron filled up first. So it'd be just like me to not fill it up with water or not switch it on. So I'm filling it up with a jug of water, little jug. I find this jug's really good, it's about the right amount. And let's switch the iron on because it does take a few minutes to heat up. I'm going to bring the ironing board a bit closer to the iron. Oops, the cable's tangled, I don't want that. Let's untangle the cable. Okay, so that gives me a bit more space in here, and then I'm going to unload the tumble dryer while that's heating up. And these two have been really good. They've been really good. They've been really good at lying in over Christmas. And I was tempted. When I got up, I didn't get them up straight away. And you know, they just stayed asleep. But I thought I was pushing my luck. So I was making coffee and I thought I was going to wake them up. Just going to put my husband's pyjamas in there. I tumbled his pyjamas. I thought, reduce on the ironing. So while I was making the coffee, I thought it is going to wake them up, the noise of the coffee machine. I'd rather get them up while they are still asleep and they're not woofing, rather than sort of responding to their woofing. I don't want to train them that if they woof, I get them up. Right, I could do another basket, but I haven't got one. Oh, it's down there. Yes, I have. Right. So I went through and got them, and you know they were both fast asleep. Anyway, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll try to show you, rather than just showing you my feet. I'll try to show you what I'm actually doing. So I should have set a timer really, shouldn't I? I don't know why I didn't. I think it's because I'm probably half asleep. Oh, here's a timer. I think I've got some problem. I think there's a problem with this timer. It seems to be not working properly, which is a shame. It seems to have died. I can't reset it. Oh dear. And that's my favourite timer. I only had it about 6 months. That's a bit frustrating. Maybe see if I could see if Mike might be able to fix it. If we take the batteries out and then put them back in, it might reboot it. It might be like a computer. We just need to switch it on and off. Hopefully it'll be something simple. So this is some laundry I did yesterday. I washed all the towels, the sort of tea towels and the bath towels and things. And then I tumbled them because we had free electricity, I think, yesterday, or certainly cheap electricity, because we had a really big storm. I think there was excess power in the system. I hope there was anyway. Usually if it's windy, we get cheap electricity because we're on a variable tariff. So I try to do my laundry when we've got cheap electricity, or even better if the electricity is free. Oh my God, look at all that. I cleaned this out before I put this load in yesterday. And look at that, isn't that incredible? It's quite shocking how much fluff is still coming out of these towels. These are not new towels. I've had these towels for years. Every time I come in here, clean out the filter, I get a handful of fluff. You really don't want that building up in your washing machine. I do need to clean the other filter. Oh, it smells quite hot in here. If this is on high. Oops, I must put the other filter back in. Oh, I know what the smell. Do you know what? I know what the smell is. It's the iron. I thought I could smell something hot. I'd completely forgotten about the iron. This isn't going to reset, so I think I'll go for the one on my watch. I can set a timer on my watch for 15 minutes and just see how much I can get done in 15 minutes. And you know what? If after 15 minutes I've had enough, I'm going to stop. But if after 15 minutes I think, yes, I can do more, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to start by having a drink of water. And then I'll have a slurp of my coffee. Part of my very early morning routine is to drink a pint of water. Because I find that if I do this, it's much better for me. Because I suffer with quite low blood pressure. If I don't do this, I tend to feel faint in the mornings. So I actually have to drink a lot of water to keep my blood pressure at a reasonable level. Coffee's also good for putting my blood pressure up. And I have to eat salt. Which is lucky because I actually do like salt. I haven't checked my blood pressure recently, actually. It'd be interesting to see what it is after Christmas. Because when you put on weight, quite often your blood pressure does go up. And I've put on quite a lot of weight in November and December. In fact, I've put on quite a lot of weight since these little critters arrived. And I think it's because they've messed with my routines quite a bit. I had a really good workout routine. I was going to the gym, going to yoga, things like that. And before these two arrived in my life. But since these two have arrived, they take a lot of time. I love them to bits, but they are quite, they're good little time wasters. And so I don't think I've been working on I haven't been to the gym as much, and I just haven't been as focused on my health goals as I was before we got the puppies. And also, this is a time of year when traditionally, I think a lot of people, me included, put on weight. My husband, I have my birthday in October. My husband has his birthday in November. And it seems to signal to my husband that it's the start of the cheese festival. And I find I find cheese very tempting. If it's in the house, cheese and biscuits is something I find very nice to eat in the evenings. And actually, I have been having quite a lot of things that I wouldn't normally have. So I'm going to cut down. I think we may freeze the cheese that we've got left from Christmas just to stop ourselves snacking on it. We're doing veganuary, so we need to. We do this every year, and in fact, we were vegan or plant-based. Not really vegan. We went 100%, but we went plant-based for about 4 to 5 years. When our daughter was vegan. so we don't find it too difficult to do. And actually, I think we're ready for it. I think over Christmas there's been a lot of cheese, and we're just ready to eat more plant-based. So it'll be good for us. And it will sort of hopefully rejig our metabolic states, and we'll shed some fat. Hopefully belly fat, that's what we want to shed more than anything. But any fat from anywhere would be good. Right. So I'm just ironing my sheep pinny. I haven't actually talked about ironing, have I? I've talked mainly about diet. But I think the start of the new year is definitely a time when I think you just think about your health, and you think about your habits, and just evaluate. I always reevaluate at this time of year. I tend to reevaluate a couple of times a year, just because I find it useful. And this is one of the times of year I always reevaluate, and just what's working, what's not working, and what do I need to change. And I set my goals and my intentions for the year. And so I've set my goals on January the 1st for the year. I've done this every year now for over 20 years. In fact, it may be even longer than that. And I have written goals. I have a notebook where I keep my written goals. And I found it a really, really helpful exercise to write written goals. I tend to write them for different areas of my life, although this year I've kept it fairly simple, because my goals are fairly simple this year. But some years I'll have a big list of personal goals, I'll have a big list of work goals, I'll have a big list of health goals. I had a big list of family goals when the children were younger. And I often have a big list of house goals. But this year my goals are fairly simple. My top goals are all health related. So I want to get back to my sort of ideal weight, which I'm hoping I will do. It'd be nice if I could do it by the end of January. That would be brilliant. What else do I want to do? I want to get back to the gym. I want to try something new. I want to do some new exercises, or take up a new sport, or just introduce something new into my sort of fitness regime, because I felt like I've got a bit stuck in a rut. I've been using the same fitness app now for 5 years, and I actually cancelled my subscription. But I realised I would be thinking about cancelling it for about a couple of days before I actually did it. And then when I actually came to cancel it, I found out, I looked on it, and it actually renewed for 12 months the day before I cancelled it. And literally on the day that I'd been thinking about cancelling it, and I hadn't had a notification or anything to prompt me to think about it, it literally renewed. So I've sort of taken the approach of, well, I've got another year of it. And I do use it. I just feel I'm getting a little bored with it, because I've done the same, used the same app for so long. Do you use any fitness apps? Do you have any recommendations? I use it for home workouts. And I used to use it every day, but now I just feel like I've got a little bit of a rut. So I use it several times a week. I've also bought some cards off Amazon, some workout cards for weights, for dumbbells. And I started to add those into my routine just to sort of mix it up a little bit. And I am trying a different routine on the app to see if that will work better for me. But I think sometimes you just need a change. You get in a rut. I'm thinking I might go to a circuit training class, a different circuit training class. Has actually just crossed my mind while I've been having a sleepless night. I could take up running. But I've had that thought so many times over the years, and then 6 weeks in, I stopped running. So because I've done it, I started and stopped it so many times, I've just come to the conclusion that maybe I'm just not meant to run. I think I hit a point where it just becomes hard and I stop. But let me know any tips that you have. Anyway, what would you recommend? I do a lot of housework, but I do like to do some sort of formal exercise as well. So I like to do weight training with dumbbells, and I like to use the machines at the gym. I probably need to increase my cardio this year. I've been focusing on weight training because I wanted to build some muscle. I haven't built a massive amount of muscle. I am probably a little bit more muscular than I used to be. But while I've been focusing on that, I have sort of taken my eye off the ball really with my cardio. So I feel that this year I want to introduce some cardio back into my routines when I go to the gym. Use the rowing machine and the step machine again, and the cycles. I walk every day, but I wouldn't say it's cardio. When I walk, my heart rate rarely gets above 100, so I don't really think that counts as cardio. Right, you two are being very good. I've definitely trained you to be good while I iron, haven't I? I started them off very young on this little ironing routine. And so they just think it's a fun thing to do now. Oh, I don't know why the tights are in the ironing basket. They don't need ironing. Let's pop them in here. There's quite a lot of hot spots going on in here. We've still got a Christmas tree up in here, but I think Mike's thinking of taking that down today. I don't want to leave it too late and feel pressured to get everything down. So I like to get it down this week. I'm not actually sure. When is 12th night? I probably should Google it. Let me know if you know. It saved me Googling it. But I'm hoping to have got all my Christmas wreath decorations down over the next couple of days, I think. But I will be leaving the twinkly lights up. I'm going to leave those up all January. They're not Christmas decorations, really, in our house. They're our winter decorations. We put them up in really early, and we keep them up because they just make winter so much nicer. So the ones that I'll be keeping, I'm having a sidetrack moment. I'll be keeping the ones on the windowsills because I love them. And I'm tempted to keep the ones in the lemon trees as well. I might keep the one over there right in the distance on the dresser. I could put some on this dresser. Ooh, that's a thought. Right, what have I got in here? That was a very sidetracked moment. How much have I got? I have 5 minutes left on my timer. Right, maybe I need more coffee. I don't think this t-shirt's going to take a lot of ironing, is it? Anyway, I'm feeling very positive. I jumped on the scales when I woke up this morning at a ridiculous hour. And I've lost 2.5 pounds overnight. So we were very strict yesterday. We wanted to start off the new year being strict. As New Year's Eve was a bit of an overeating session. So we thought we'd start off being fairly strict yesterday. So we didn't have any snacking. And in fact, we didn't have any sugar, I don't think. And that wasn't a conscious decision. I just sort of, because we're doing intermittent fasting, it was 8 o'clock before we knew it, and we hadn't had our pudding. We had got Christmas pudding that we were planning to finish off, that we'd started on New Year's Eve. Or was it New Year's Day? I'm starting to lose it. What day is it? Are you starting to lose the plot as to what day of the week it is? I think today is Thursday, and I think is it the 2nd of January? I think it is, yes. Yesterday was the 1st of January. So it was New Year's Eve when we opened our Christmas pudding, because we completely forgot to eat it over Christmas. And it was really, really tasty. And we still got half a Christmas pudding left. So I think we will probably have that maybe I think I probably need to have some carbohydrate this evening so that hopefully I will sleep. If I go too low carb in the evenings, I definitely don't sleep. Right. Anyway, have you set any health goals for 2025? And do you what do you do to keep fit? And do you put weight on over Christmas? How do you get it off? It's so easy, isn't it? Look at you. It's so easy to put the weight on. I mean, I'm an expert at that. I am an expert at taking it off again as well. I have to do this every year. I think I've had one Christmas in my entire adult life where I didn't have to lose weight after Christmas. Why do we do this to ourselves? I think usually by the end of December, though, I'm definitely feeling the need to eat less sugar and less cheese and cut out the alcohol, because I think it just gets too much. Cut down sugar, or cut the sugar out completely, which I would like to try and do, whether that's feasible, because I do have quite a sweet tooth. But what I find is when you do cut down on sugar, things taste too sweet. So your sweet tooth alters. I think it may, I don't know, is it to do with the taste buds get super saturated? What's the matter? Pulling a funny face. Do you want to go out again? But I find that if I do cut down on sugar, then I find I can taste the sugar in things that I wouldn't normally taste it in. And that things that are really, oh, I don't know what's the matter with her. Things that are really sweet taste unpleasantly sweet. So I'm hoping that will kick in quite quickly. Because it's a lot easier to give up the sweet things if you find that apples and, you know, just bread tastes sweet. What's the matter? Somebody's not happy about something. I wonder if she needs to go out. She hasn't run to the door, but I might just offer the option. You're having a good scratch, aren't you? Which is always an ominous sign. Come on then. Are we due for a little trip outside? Off they go. Let's leave them out for a minute. It's so nice now that the storm has gone. And it's still out there and it's absolutely lovely. Right, t-shirt is done. Golly, this area's nearly full as well. I don't know if I can face another basket. I might just do one more item. Something easy, a tea towel. And then that can go back over to the other barn. It needs a bit of steaming though. I don't know why I bought this. It looks like a linen tea towel. Maybe it's not linen. I think it was from Dunelm. So it's probably not linen, is it? It does look like linen. Well, let's have a look at the label. 100% cotton, made in India. Machine wash cold, normal cycle, tumble dry, low heat. Aha, I didn't know I could tumble dry that. So next time, I looked at it and thought it was linen and I probably couldn't tumble dry it. But next time, I think I will tumble dry it. It's quite it's not actually wearing very well. It's a fairly new to me tea towel, or new, full stop. But actually, my older tea towels are looking much better. It's not a particularly... It was probably quite a cheap tea towel. Where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it on this Aga. Right, my timer's going off, so I'll cancel that. I might put it on there. Right, do you know what? I think that's enough for today. I haven't done everything, but I've made an impact on it. There's a lot less ironing than there was. All I need to do now is I've done a whole basket and a little bit extra, is get the water out of the iron. I do need to run the vacuum around in here. I just spotted some dog hair. So I'm just going to empty all the water out of the iron, because if you leave the water in the iron, it will go mouldy and it will mark your clothes with horrible black marks. I know this because I've learnt the hard way. But you don't need to learn the hard way. I've done it for you. I'm just going to swish out my sink because it's looking a bit grubby. I might do the other one as well. I could do with coming and giving them a really good clean. Anyway, I think I'll need to let my puppies in. There's my completed ironing. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying my videos. Let me know how you're getting on and what you'd like to see. Anyway, bye for now.